Welcome everyone to this issue Me- of GenMeta, our Masks a New Generation actual play series here on the Starfield. Uh, now let's uh, before we get to the intros, once again, I want to spread awareness of our good friend Blackwell's GoFundMe. He, he has recently faced a family tragedy and is asking for some financial support to help out with that. And we, as great superheroes do, will.
Oh no.
So the link to Blackwell's GoFundMe should be in the chat. If you're watching this on YouTube, it should most likely be down in the description, or at least in a comment. But yeah, please go support our good friend, or I almost said Orion, but yes, the player for Orion Blackwell. Uh, every little bit helps. I will absolutely be contributing as well. I hope if you are watching this, you can as well. Uh, Now let's do some intros and then get into today's issue. We will start with Arkai.
Everyone, Arkai here again. I'll be sitting here playing as Leviathan using the Transformed playbook.
Fantastic. Eeny, meeny, miny, Zoup.
Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. My name is Zoup or Supriya. Uh, Good to see you. Yeah, no, I'm here playing Gravitas, who is the Nova playbook.
Awesome sauce. Uh, Now, uh, let's go with our resident cryptid.
Hey, I'm Cryptid. I'm just sitting over here getting my jokes stolen. I'm playing Hound, the Reformed.
All right. And last but certainly not least, Dice.
Hello, I am Dice Goblin Black Cat. Back this week, I am playing Pyrrha and using the Doomed playbook.
Alrighty. You were missed, Dice. I am Rev. I am your game master, your editor in chief, the one above all, what have you. Now, in our last issue of GenMeta, quite a few interesting things happened. So, Gravitas and Hound had a bit of a heart to heart, where Hound essentially tried to give Gravitas a way out of the situation that they were in, um, and surprisingly gave her the number for the FBI to call and turn him in, uh, should things get out of hand. Um, Meanwhile, Leviathan successfully made an effort to draw attention to himself, and thus drew the attention of the Metahuman Task Force, led by Lieutenant John Ambrose, where he was given a chance to turn himself in peacefully, help apprehend the other members of the team, and hopefully gain some leniency. He effectively told the lieutenant to suck eggs and was uh, consequently shot with a new kind of weapon that was actually able to do some grazing damage mm, to the uh, titan of a hero that is Leviathan. Meanwhile, after splitting from Gravitas with the guidance of Pythos, Hound was able to make his way to the home of Cassandra Alexios and meet her father, er, uh, who fed and had a heart-to-heart discussion with Hound. Uh, Gravitas also had a bit of a heart-to-heart with her mother, saying that she needed to do more now than simply suppress her powers, and she needed to train with them to use them in order to not and only try and live a normal life, but try and make things better. Yeah. Uh, her mother was moved a bit. Uh, the dice did not were not quite in her favor, but and her mother did agree to increase their physical therapy session, and so it was on the way to one of those physical therapy sessions that and sorry, my brain blanked for a second. During one of the on the way to one of those physical therapy sessions, uh, she was made aware of a large commotion because Leviathan decided to meet up with Hound and discuss what they could do to change their public image and to to change the opinion of the court of public opinion. And they said they needed to do more outstanding hero work. And as if the literary gods were listening, driving by at that moment was a crazed criminal Cockney clown by the name of Ripper, whose gang were currently attacking an armored truck. Some some very fun heroics happened that resulted in a bit of a car crash. Actually, two bits of car crashes. Is one, both of them involving Leviathan. Actually, yeah, yeah.
I'm doing my part.
The second of which resulting in a broken arm for Hound. But before we get to that, we're gonna rewind a bit for this issue and go about an hour and a half before. Sure. Uh, after the initial, well, team meeting, quote unquote, and heart to heart talk between Leviathan and Pyrrha after everyone had went their separate ways, uh, Pyrrha's simply walking through the city, taking a bit of the long way home. Um, uh, um, this is a rather large city, so she finds herself about an hour into her walk and passing by a record shop, just kind of minding her business. Uh, and the panel shows the door opening and someone walking through holding a big bushel in front of them and walking directly into Pyrrha. uh, Both kind of falling over and and standing up, there appears to be a woman in decently like well kept grungy clothes. Those like you know oh cargo pants, bit of a bit of an old band tee and a jean vest covered in patches, a shock of red hair. As she just goes, "Oh, damn! I am so sorry. I really should have been watching where I was going. Hang on,
You're fine.
okay. Damn it. And she just like picks up some records and goes, "Hey, uh, I am, I'm genuinely super sorry for bumping into you. No, uh, yeah.
Do you
You okay?
need some help?
I mean, you know what? I did kind of buy a lot more than I was expecting to. I I also should have asked for a bag, but it's fine. Um, yeah, if you wouldn't mind helping me carry stuff, I I
Sure.
would
Do
really
you have like
appreciate
a
it.
car or something? Like, is it a short?
Yeah, I've got my uh I've got my bike parked just across the street. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Cassandra will pick up a couple of the things, like whatever's like a helpful amount.
Yeah. Uh, so it looks like she has just bought like a an old vintage 8-track player,
Okay.
uh,
Awesome.
and has like uh some old 8 tracks and then a some cassettes that look like they're all handwritten demo tapes, and they like there's one that says like Eugene and the Weasels, and then like a bunch of other like they look to be like underground demo tapes, and she's just like, yeah, I don't know why I thought I could just carry this stuff. I have a like a side container in my car, or not car, bike, bike. That's
Okay.
I'm a little scatterbrained right now.
Hey, it happens. Where's the bike?
Yeah, just around the corner here, across the street. And uh, by the way, you know, Pierre, what are you thinking about right now?
Um, Probably just thinking about the fact that like Hound is going to her house and um she just had that heart to heart with Leviathan, and the fact that at some point she knows she's going to have to confront Ruskin.
Hmm.
So that's kind of just all bubbling.
This woman, while walking, kind of looks at you and goes, "You seem like you got a lot on your mind."
I mean, it's high school, like
I Yeah, I I had a lot going on when I was in high school. Well, but I don't know. It seems like you got something a little more serious than just high school drama going on. You
I
got
mean,
that look about you.
admittedly the past few months haven't exactly been average high school. I mean, some of it has been, there's friend problems, boy problems, not to mention like, just grades and normal stuff, but then also like a few months ago my best friend did die.
I'm sorry to hear that. What was her name?
Emily. Her name was Emily.
Sorry to hear that. My name's Kenzie.
Sorry, it's what?
Kenzie.
Nice to meet you, Kenzie. I'm Cassandra. Call me Cass.
All right, Cass. Yeah, that can be rough. I've had a good friend die on me before.
You know,
Sometimes
even though we live in a world with like villains and heroes and mutants and stuff like that, it's still you never think it's going to happen to you, right? Like
Yeah, you
it's
always
always just
think
something
you're
on TV.
invincible when you're young.
But then it is happening to you. Sorry. Where's your bike?
Right here. And you see she's got this like this motorcycle that is bright pink. And, like it's not Barbie pink, but it's like a hot pink. And with like red decals and stuff. Very very weirdly off-putting with the whole punk aesthetic that she's giving off. Of um and there is in fact like a little uh well, like add-on trunk that at the back of the bike. He, he goes uh just reaches a foot up and like kicks it open with her heel. Oh, all right, we can just put this stuff in here.
Sure.
Thanks.
Yeah. No problem.
So, as a thank you for this and an apology for mowing you over, can I buy you some lunch? It's around lunchtime. I'm feeling hungry.
I mean, I
Look
I
like
kind of
you.
needed to get back home, but I mean, I could grab a quick drink or something, maybe not a whole meal, but
All right. I know a little cart over here that sells really good street tacos, and they also do have these amazing horchata.
yeah, horchata sounds great.
Damn.
Fantastic. uh, this, this the scene cuts to a little taco stand just on the edge of a park where yeah a dude is just like cooking up tacos on this like hot cheat grill, and there is in fact a big jug filled with ice and horchata and agua fresca, and uh, you're sitting and Kenzie's just sitting there going, "So, how did your friends die? How did your friend die? If that's not too personal."
I mean, I wasn't there, but it was televised. Um, she was. So do you remember that rally that was happening and that villain, that bomb villain blew up a bunch of people and
Hmm?
you know, a few people died?
Yeah.
My friend got caught in that blast. She was at the rally. Her dad was the chief of police.
And while you're talking about this, I imagine you're also just like kind of reliving that day in your head.
A bit. Oh. Sorry,
And
slightly.
and so this woman, she looks at you and she goes,
Eh.
"Hmm, I'm sorry, that must have been really hard to go through. Hmm, hmm, I but I I will say, as someone who also saw one of their best friends die right before them, um, it really hit me hard. I blamed myself quite a bit for it.
That's the case for you. Um,
I mean, they got better.
you say they got better, as in your friend?
Yeah, he built himself a backup body. I didn't find out till later, er, but I still was really emotional about it.
You know,
But
there
you
was a
know, that's the work
time.
we're in.
eh,
And she just kind of gives you a side eye.
Uh, sure. You know, things like that should still surprise me, but they're starting not to. Like there was half a moment where I was just like, what the hell do you mean backup body? But you know, the
Listen, one of my best friends is an android. Though, and
nope, again, I should be surprised, but
and I'm, my I I also try not to pry. I really don't. But your thoughts are really loud, so I couldn't help but overhear. So I thought maybe I could be a little more honest with you.
uh sorry, what?
She kind of leans in and goes, I can hear your thoughts.
And in the most annoying way ever to test this theory, she starts humming like I don't know, like the Oscar Mayer Wiener song in her head or something.
Along with it.
What?
I was always more of a bum tuna theme myself.
Understandable.
Are
I
you?
mean, I can really only hear surface thoughts for the most part. I am not as good at reading people's minds as like my sister or one of my girlfriends.
And
But your surface level thoughts have been were really loud.
well, at this point, like just in her head, she's just going to be repeating the words "flying purple people eater," like just and just going right. I should go. I should go.
listen, I just let's let's get off on another foot. Uh I so she holds out her hand and goes, let's use our other names. Names. She holds out a hand to shake.
What are their names? Flying Purple People Eater, Flying Purple People Eater, Flying Purple People Eater.
One-eyed, one-horned.
Yeah, that's all you're getting.
She just kind of smiles and goes, yeah, I remember having trust issues. uh
You picked this encounter with the least trusting of the group.
no, it's fine. You know what? It's only polite I introduce myself first. Yes. Folks call me Thrilljoy.
Trilljoy. Do I know this name? Have I heard this
Yes, you absolutely know this name.
name?
This bitch has been around for about 15 years in the superhero game. She is quite anti-authoritarian, very originally came out as kind of more of an anti-hero. Uh uh and was part of a young hero team over in California. Uh ever since she's kind of established herself as kind of as a very heroic, like very staunch like hero for causes, um, an advocate for like police reform and prison reform and and you know all always tends to show up at different pride events.
Why did you run into me on accident or on purpose?
Kinda.
Why?
So yes, I was actually at the record store for legitimate reasons, since those are all super cool. I'm so glad that I got all that. But as soon as I stepped out onto that street, I was overcome with your thoughts. So I was a bit distracted trying to read those thoughts a little clearer that I walked into you. And what I saw someone who was a lot like me, and I thought, you know what, maybe I can lend a hand. It's what we do, right? We lend a hand when we can.
For a split second, because again, she's been repeating her Flying Purple People Eater.
And
For just a moment, the thought flashes, I wish Emily was here, or Leviathan.
and when you think of you wish Emily was here, you do kind of remember that Emily also had a very similar mentality of always helping when you could, doing the best you can with the most you can. And uh, And she just goes, "So, can I get your name?" And she's just kind of like still holding out her hand, giving that kind of shit-eating grin of just like, huh? Huh?
Cass will reach out and take her hand and just do the ever so slight initial buzz of vitality absorption, just a touch of like kind of like what you would experience if you had one of those like joke buzzer things, just kind of a shock.
Ooh, tingly.
And in her head, she'll just go, "I go by Pyrrha, but don't say it right now."
Oh. Yeah, that chick from the news. No wonder you're talking about having you were thinking about confronting the police chief.
I mean, he was also my best friend's dad.
Yeah, that complicates it. One of my best
You
friends.
think? You think that complicates things for me? Gee, that took some hard-won hero skills, I'm sure.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes you have to state the obvious. As I'm told it's part of being empathetic.
She's the android.
Well, thanks for the horchata.
You, as you're like doing this, your phone buzzes with a text message. You look and you see it is a text from your father. Opening up the text, it is your father, and he texts, "So I just met our new house guest. Uh, I'm proud of you for offering him a place to stay. He seems like he could really use our help." Oh. He's fortunate enough to have a friend like you.
Cassandra, torn between going, "Wow, I made my dad proud. That's so great," and did he leave out the part where I stabbed him?
Also, we
Surprisingly,
need to
no.
talk about you stabbing your friends.
Mm. Oh. She just in her head, he deserved it. And
Your dad's leaving out the part
Hey.
where Hound said that too.
I might have deserved it.
so
Yeah,
glad we're all on the same page. So glad.
And Kenzie goes, "Yeah, I've shot my friends."
Well, I mean, I made him better. Like I had, anyways.
I made it better.
I fixed it.
Good God.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that I was ready to drain him to dust was irrelevant, but I fixed it.
I don't think that's real. I really don't.
I didn't
But you thought it.
yet.
Mm-hmm. Why am I stuck with these children?
Listen, I'm gonna be in town for a few more weeks. I'm visiting a friend. The same friend actually. Uh, He's a they are a teacher now, retired from the hero life. But if you need me, come find me. I can tell that everything that's going on isn't quite what the media makes it out to be.
I
I
mean,
talked here, and the talk that you have going on in here, you're a good kid, Cass.
I mean,
I
I
I just
I don't necessarily need you to just take my word for it. And she kind of looks around for like an alley or like just kind of a hidden alcove or something. Like, is there something close?
I mean, yeah. Yeah, across the street there's some businesses and a little alleyway.
So, she goes, "Here, I'll show you," and goes to the alley, just to kind of show her that she still has the spear that they allege that she gave to a criminal.
Mhm.
This is what they're saying that I stole and gave to a criminal.
Okay.
Technically, he was just holding it for a second. It can't really, and she summons it back to her arm and shows the tattoo. It can't really leave me.
Okay.
It's kind of a part of me.
Never understood magic stuff.
Yeah, I can't really say I understand it. Me and the guy from the professor that's in charge of the Hellenistic studies at the Unnatural History Museum. Um,
Mhm.
we have our theories about how because it was Ajax's spear and I might be related to Ajax, that's why it's attached to me. But
The dish cleaner?
yes, the dish cleaner.
Stronger than all of Greece.
I will throw things at you. You guys didn't hear his cackle, but I did.
Uh,
I thought it was funny.
Hari. Listen, like I said, I don't know a lot of mythology and stuff like that. Uh, I essentially got my powers from a lot of trauma.
Yep, that tracks with a lot of superheroes, I hear.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not many I know of just kind of got their powers through some kind of happy go lucky exchange.
She just kind of stares off into the middle distance. It's repeating, yeah.
Yes, it's like, yeah, it's like every single one you think of. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, I got mine through TBSs.
Fun, fun. No,
Don't you know what
helmet.
TBS stands for?
I mean, I imagine the T and the B are traumatic in brain.
Yes.
And while I may not know what a TBS is, I know what a TBI is, and I'm sure if you get multiples of those, it's probably like syndrome or some shit. So,
Surgery, actually.
okay.
You know, evil evil supervillain group wanted to make a weapon.
Traumatic brain surgery. What?
Traumatic brain surgeries.
Yep.
Take this ice pick and okay.
and
So here's my my card. But yeah, I feel free to text me. But I do have to get home. One of those complications in my life just beat me there. Unsurprisingly, but still something I need to deal with.
okay. Can I give you a ride?
My brain literally just broke from the game and went, fucking how? Because you've got a thing where I can't ride bitch if there's a trunk.
Depends on the bike.
Most normal bikes. If you want someone to ride on the back, you can't have the trunk.
Uh,
But she's gonna go, you know what? I got it.
okay.
If I want to get home, I mean, honestly. And she kind of looks at the bike really hard for a second and then duplicates it, but in blue.
Wait, you can do vehicles?
I can do pretty much anything.
As he holds out her hand, and uh and in her hand forms a very bright neon pink glowing construct of a toy ray gun. I can only do weapons.
Pyrrha tries to make the same ray gun.
Yeah. It shoots psychic bullets.
No, if mine'll shoot at all. And she like kind of tries.
That sounds like a unleash your powers.
Which is freak.
If they manage to make this happen, this implies a lot of new powers they technically have by extension.
So to be fair, I still have a +3 in freak. So that's a 10.
So the way that you cannot make this actually fire an energy blast. No. But what you end up doing is basically using your construct powers, like create the little projectile that comes out, and it just kind of pixelates against the wall of this alleyway. Yeah. Like you just kind of wanted to test it. Yeah. So it just kind of boom, boom.
In my mind, it has very cartoony sounding, like not real sound effects, but like what you would hear on like an arcade game.
Yeah.
Tinkle, tinkle, tinkle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and kind of goes, not bad.
I mean, I'd probably have to work on it to make it anything effective, and she just kind of like crushes it and it disappears.
Yeah. Plus, I think your spear is cooler. But Cass, I just want you to know, I've gone through some similar shit. Had people of great power medicate me. And in the end, I still just did what I thought was right. I followed my heart. I stayed true to who I am. And I have some of the most amazing people around me because of it. From what I've been, from glimpses I've been getting up here, you're a lot better than you think. And you're doing so good. If you're gonna keep going down this path, you're gonna be a great hero someday. And this will, in her confidence in you, is an attempt to shift your labels, lowering your freak and raising your savior.
Okay.
That you're not a, and she's just saying you're not as broken as you think you are. Your life is not as broken as you may think it is. You know, and
theory, would this in theory also constitute oh no. Okay. Sorry, my mic just kind of died on me for a second there.
would this constitute?
Well, just based on how she kind of phrased that, would that be a situation of what's it
Secret
called?
phrase.
Secret, got a secret. I don't know, like
No,
effectively
you're
sharing
not Mr. Roboto right now.
well, no, would that be like kind of like the sharing of vulnerability or weakness and due to the conversations that have been had and the fact that she kind of said the words.
In what context are you referring? Is this referring to a move that you can do?
Kind
No,
of.
no,
It's
it's
then
a
when you
specific
share a vulnerability or weakness with someone, give them influence over you and ask if they honestly think there's hope for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is that a move or is that like a team thing?
Technically, it's a team move,
So,
but it doesn't involve anything related to the team.
It's one of those.
if it's under
The
if it's under the section of team moves, it's when you share a moment of vulnerability with your teammates.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah. So it's basically in like uh like that would have definitely triggered with your like heart to heart with Leviathan.
Right.
Or
I think we did that, but
yes. Yes.
I wasn't sure if it would work or not, just because this is another hero and
Yes. But this is not another member of your team. This is an adult hero um giving giving you encouragement and support and telling you that uh and telling you how it is and that and from their point of influence you are doing good. So you may choose to reject their influence and not get their
shifted.
not
I already shifted the labels.
fantastic. uh and Kenzie just uh goes, yeah, uh thanks for this. uh what kind of music taste do you have?
Um, I mean,
Classical.
a little alt rock, but I'm kind of into folk.
Okay. You into folk punk?
I mean, sure, I like Dropkick Murphys.
Not quite the folk punk I was thinking of. But you know what? Maybe I'll text you later. Patches and Scabs are playing later this week. Hmm.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. I think they're opening for Hypothetical Mayonnaise.
These are words.
Love this.
I literally have an entire list of Kenzie's favorite bands.
Is
course you do.
hypothetical mayonnaise just aioli?
No.
No, they're a bit different.
No.
Anyways,
It's what you get on a Subway sandwich.
that's
Hypothetical
terrifying.
mayonnaise.
Um,
Hypothetically, you get you get mayonnaise.
so I'm gonna say that she conjures a helmet, puts it on, and says, "Right, well, thanks," and gets on her motorcycle that will not sound the same necessarily as what is it, Thrill Joy?
Yeah, it will not sound like anything
Yeah,
you've established.
completely silent, like an electric car.
Yeah. And she just kind of stares off and goes, "Such a weird, weird, weird way to move around." As as she clicks her boots together and roller skates form, and she just rollerblades over to her bike.
She had Heelys built in? Damn.
Yeah, you've been a hero for a long time. You get lots of cool gadgets.
And yeah, but Pyrrha just heads home at that point.
Okay. So it is during your drive that you hear you're on one of the streets, you hear a rather loud crash and some screaming. And do you move to go and drive over to that?
Just a crash. It's just a car crash. It's just a car crash.
Here,
Just a car crash.
Gravitas, we need you out here right now.
It is then that you hear a roar that you know belongs to Leviathan.
I didn't do it, ma'am.
With a single thought, her clothes change to that of her hero outfit, and the mask goes on underneath the helmet. And she pulls over long enough to send a text to her dad. Something came up. I'll be home as soon as I can. If Pythos is there, please give him crunchions. He's earned them. And then she'll go towards the sound, going, not even a day. Can't even go a single damn day. Can't go a day.
It is shortly after that you drive up and in time to see yet another large crash as an armored car you are they are in front of you. So as you see an armored car crash into a leaping Leviathan. And or Leviathan leaps in front of the armored car.
And then gets immediately hit. It's great.
And gets hit by the armored car. And like almost immediately afterward, the passenger side door opens up of the armored car, and out comes a female security guard and Hound clutching a broken arm as a 6'6" clown kind of stumbles out of the front seat. And this is where we left off last session.
Can't leave you people alone for one damn day. What?
The universe thought it'd be funny to give us something to do.
Instead of
That's funny, because we're fighting a clown.
instead of dissolving the bike, she's going to will it just to be thrown at the clown.
All right. I'm gonna ask you to actually. It is at that point when you throw it that it hits a gravitational barrier that slams it down onto the ground, about 10 feet away from the clown. As Gravitas's moat is still up around the area.
Oh, that complicates things.
A little. Well,
She lets the helmet dissolve and stops concentrating on the bike.
Yeah. So Gravitas, I remember you telekinetically threw the hammer at Ripper and missed. And then did the moat, correct?
So, Gravitas has done 3 things. She telekinetically pulled his hammer towards her, attempted to hit him while doing that, missed, but she has his hammer. She's created a gravitational pull downwards on the minions who are all trying to run away. And there's the moat too.
Okay. I don't know why, but I thought the moat was part of the minions thing. But yeah. As this clown kind of cackles and looks over at Leviathan and goes, "Well, you're a big piece of luggage."
yeah.
You can make a
Think
match
of worse
set.
things. Yeah, well, not the amount of baggage you're going to be carrying at the rate of this.
Oh, I've got plenty of baggage, not enough for that.
It seems like you might let some of that out. Here.
Gravitas.
Oh, go ahead.
No.
Go ahead.
Go. Well, you.
Just for the sake of it, now that car stop, he's gotten out.
Yeah, car stop.
At this point, I'm gonna make a jump for him.
All right. Roll to directly engage a threat.
Let's see. Which statistic was that?
Danger.
Danger. That's the one.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. Danger.
Indeed.
Nobody made the connection to the song I was referencing.
So let's see.
There's a fire on
Okay.
the disco.
That
Fire on the
makes
Taco Bell.
It was so loud.
uh,
What?
that makes 11.
11. Choose 2.
Let's see. What do I got on there for me? Don't have the page up right this second.
Resist or avoid their blows. Take
Yep.
something from them. Create an opportunity for your allies. Impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
Didn't you say he was wielding a gun?
He does have a gun, yes.
Then I will attempt to at least get that away from him, and I will be opening up a potential benefit to my allies as well, for give them a chance.
Yeah, as you just how do you disarm him?
Well, let's see. I'm gonna say
Describe the comics action scene.
indeed. How about we make the attempt at a leap and knock things away with a tail? How's that sound?
All right, cool.
Spin some flavor in there. Why not?
So as you go, you do a leaping tailspin and knocking the uh, knocking the gun out of Ripper's hand and uh, kind of spinning him around with the force of the hand slap
Mm-hmm.
and disorient him for a moment, which leaves him open to any attack that the rest of the team want to provide. The closest being Hound, but then again, Gravitas is not a close ranged fighter. There are many things that can be done. Who would like to act?
Hey, Gravitas, this gravity. Please stop it.
Um, she will. So you're asking to release the gravity moat?
He's in the middle of it, yes.
No, he's not in the middle of it. He's like on the side. He's to the side of it, but because it's kind of like a. It's not down. The moat isn't down. It's like, if that makes sense, like gravity goes in weird it doesn't matter. She'll drop it.
I mean, it'll help. It'll help me because I'm on the other side of it. So
Yeah. Well, I also didn't quite understand how the gravity moat worked.
That's
So
fine.
if you had explained it, it would have helped me a bit. But it's fine. You're deciding to disable it. And, but yeah. What would you like to do after that? If there's any action that you would like to take and take advantage of this opportunity against the villain, you absolutely may do so.
So I'm still holding down the people that are running away, and I've used all my burns, so I guess I'll charge up my powers again.
Okay. So you're gonna. So how does that work?
I mean, I don't. Can you only burn once?
Uh, I'm I'm looking to read the rules. Um, uh, when you charge up your powers, you currently have marked on a hit, hold 3, burn. Um, so there is nothing saying that you can't recharge your powers. Um, but I'm gonna say that this is going to that charging up your powers is going to be an action, and then once you do that, it's gonna be something that takes some time. So if anyone else wants to take advantage of the opportunity presented by Leviathan after you do this, I will allow them that.
So I don't want to necessarily use up that opportunity, but can I see the group that she's holding?
Yes, yeah. Like this is still visible. They're like, what is it, 50 feet, or no, it's probably like 50 yards away.
Okay. To help eliminate that as an issue, can I go over there and start knocking them out one by one? Just
I feel like you have a bigger thing to deal with. I did get a 10,
Fantastic.
so I
You
have
hold
3.
hold 3 burn. Well, you can do whatever you wish. It is still like I said, it's still half a football field
okay.
away. Okay. So you're going to have to run past the villain and Leviathan and
Go
all of
past
them.
the villain, then that's not necessarily worth it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what the layout is here because
So the
I
layout.
thought I was on the wrong side of a barrier at one point, even though that's gone. Like,
So the layout as I described it when you entered the scene was the scene of the crime was that was at one end of the street and you were coming in from the opposite end of the street. So the armored car was driving this way as you were driving in this way.
gotcha. Okay. I thought was coming in at a different angle, but okay.
Yeah.
So I see Hound partially broken, a security guard, a clown, and Leviathan, and then Gravitas is where?
You
Uh,
can't see her. She's kind of in the crowd,
Gotcha.
or like
Okay.
right on the side outside of the crowd.
Gotcha. Right. I guess seeing the opening and Hound's injury, she'll um activate, like she'll go to activate her earpiece effectively and go, Gravitas, how exact can you be with your gravity?
Um uh Sorry, Pyrrha is asking
how
Gravitas
exact
how.
How exact she can be, how like pinpoint accuracy type of how small of a space can you affect?
Oh no, I've done this before.
Cool. You want to try?
What?
All right. And Pyrrha's gonna make kind of like a chain net with hooks, and at the four corners, cinder blocks to effectively just drop over this clown.
Okay. So
And communicate. Well, if you can make those blocks extra heavy once they hit the ground, he might not be able to get back up.
So what I can do to do that is I can use the flare boost. Spend 1 burn to supercharge a teammate's efforts with your powers, giving them a +1 bonus to their roll as if you had spent team from the pool.
all right. Fantastic. So I feel like this use of your powers, Pyrrha, uh, is no, it's a directly engage a threat. And you're already taking a +1 with your with the opportunity presented to you.
Okay.
And now you're getting another +1.
Well, I rolled an 11, so that would be a 13.
Fantastic. You get to do 2 things.
Well, I would not mind. I don't know what impressing this villain would actually do for me, but if I can take something from him, I'd love it to be his mobility.
Yeah.
And I guess could I then also create an opportunity in chain?
An opportunity for what?
Create an opportunity for your allies. I'm effectively chaining that.
I guess, but an opportunity to do what exactly?
It could be I mean, I know Hound has some kind of zappy thing if memory serves. And Leviathan can punch, but also I suggested to Gravitas to increase the gravity around him. I mean, whatever they would like to do.
Okay.
I'm trying to hold him in place.
Okay. So you were successfully able to hold this clown in place. And as he just like turns and sees a net like just wrap around him and like hold him in place.
It would also be hooking into him because I did specify it has hooks on the
Yeah. But he's just like kind of mummied up
Mm-hmm.
and held down with cinder blocks. And he just looks up at you and Leviathan and just goes, party poopers. No cake for you.
Thanks, I
So is
prefer
he
pie.
is he prone right now?
Yes.
I want to teleport right above him
Mm-hmm.
and just curb stomp him.
Okay. You're able to do that. Um, yeah. Yeah, you do a full Seth Rollins stomp on him.
I'll figure out how good that goes.
Uh, yeah. Well, I mean, he's prone, and uh, he gets, and I'm gonna say that inflicts the angry condition on him. And he just uh looks up at you with a big smile and spits in your face.
Rude.
Listen, you gave me a break.
the
I'm
middle-
just giving you one too.
I would like to spend another burn to make his leg heavier as it comes down.
Ooh.
So that's a boost. That gives him a +1 bonus to his roll.
We're gonna accidentally kill somebody at some point.
Oh,
Okay. So then yeah, no, his uh so when he does spit, it's not a little pink. It's just blood. Um uh because you see the his nose just isn't red from being a clown nose. It's also broken. and from the downward force, and you definitely see uh, some people in the crowd looking at Hound with a bit of fear in their eyes. I am going to have and Hound just looking around at the people, just looking at the brutality at which you uh, have just like kind of enforced on this captured, prone villain. That's gonna raise your danger and lower your savior a bit.
They must
Oh,
put a
no.
limit on damages now, but no, someone decided to be vengeful.
Wait, did
Mm.
you roll to directly engage a threat?
No, it
Oh,
was just an auto success.
Oh, okay.
this villain was captured prone, and he was just like, "I'm gonna stomp on his face,"
Okay.
and then
Broke
you're
my
like,
arm.
"I'm gonna boost
Bitch.
the intensity of this stomp to his face."
Well, I thought there was a rule involved, so I was just giving him a +1.
Nope,
We just
Oh,
made it
okay.
worse.
nope. This is just him stomping on a currently defenseless clown's face.
Who may or may not have deserved it. I don't know.
I
And
mean,
and to be fair, this feels very Aragorn Gimli. That was not so courteous.
you know,
Oops. Oopsie doodle.
it is
Hashtag justified.
I don't.
good show. Uh, but it is also at that time that you hear sirens.
Not the wee woos.
Gentlemen, while this has been fun, I'm gonna say, and she's gonna reach down and just vitality drain the clown to unconsciousness, that maybe we should go.
Yeah, and as soon as you say maybe we should go, it's when a big armored truck shows up.
Right.
Uh, Police lights blaring, and on
Time
the
to
side of it
skedaddle.
is the metahuman task force.
I'm gonna look at Leviathan and say, can you take him and move fast?
That I can do. That's kind of one of the few things I know I can do.
Hey, we dealt with your problem.
And as they start to file out, you hear freeze. And I believe that should be a good place for a break. uh,
We're killing
yeah,
everyone
it's
dead.
about time for our break time anyway. So, this has been a very fun session so far. Uh, I You guys finished off your fight with this villain. You're now going to have a bit of a confrontation with the police, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun. You get to be vigilantes now.
Let's be bad guys.
Don't tempt me.
No,
Listen. We fought one villain, now we're just fighting another.
Mm-hmm.
They're not villains.
One is just cartoony and fun, and the other one is the
Hey,
police.
Actually,
Ambrose is a good man.
but yes, we will see you in a few. Don't touch that dial. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for your patience while we took our regularly scheduled break. Yes, so the villainous clown, Ripper the Clown, is currently laying in the middle of the street, knocked out with a broken nose and tied up with a net and cinder block constructs. Hound standing over him. Leviathan also looming, and Pyrrha stepping forward as the metahuman task force forms up outside of their armored car, and Lieutenant John Ambrose steps out. Oh, and is, all right, stand down.
Hey, look, we did your job for you.
I don't see you in handcuffs.
Leviathan,
Hmm.
Hound, how
Imitating
confident do
yourself
you
in.
feel about getting home?
They can't hold me.
Cool.
Gravitas has taken off her mask.
Good
Fair.
clarification.
So she's
Thank you,
taken off her
Gravitas.
mask and is now just hiding in the crowd watching the scene unfold.
No, she is actually starting to wheel herself forward
Okay.
without the mask on.
Okay.
Mhm.
Where?
Take her a little while to get there.
No, but to where? Like, where is she going? Because
I have a feeling she's going up to Ambrose.
Um,
She's
So-
going in between the team and
Alright, so it's gonna take a little bit.
so Pyrrha is just going to because she has that wonderful, like, essentially, what is it called? It's not psychic construct clothes. It's the
Adaptive.
adaptive.
clothing.
Okay, so because she has the adaptive clothing, I think she's going to just kind of will her cloak to billow a little bit and have a thick blanket of fog, which we've established she can do, quickly disseminate from her.
We have established that she can turn into fog.
No, I left a blanket of fog in front of the lab. I turned thin
Okay.
and ghostly to get through the door.
this is
Okay.
true.
Okay. It's been a while. I've slept and slept.
Mood.
I mean, that was like episode 2 or something, so fair.
Yeah, that was a long time ago,
Uh,
but I remember that.
So she's gonna push that thick cloud bank out, and once she's confident that she is out of visual from the authorities, she's going to body transmute into generic person and slip into the crowd.
okay. Um. So. Yeah. Uh. That is gonna happen. You're going to slip into the crowd, away from the team and from the authorities. Uh, while that happens, Ambrose is going to start, or shouting out at you guys again. stand down and come quietly, yeah, or I will be forced to use any force necessary to bring you in.
Hound.
Gravitas starts yelling at all of the people who are watching. They saved us. Why are they threatening them?
Good call. Good call.
Hold on.
Hearing a voice I recognize, I'll follow her lead.
There's a security guard who should also be following their damn lead.
So,
Yeah.
there is a move for this. And it is from one of the supplemental books.
Mm.
Play to the people. Play to the people.
Yes. So, you can plead to the citizens of Zephyr City for help by making yourselves seem, by making them seem him heroic in this time where that is in question. So, Gravitas, I am going to have you roll to provoke using Savior instead of Mundane.
Okay.
But and in order to do this, because you are putting yourself out there, I'm going to need you to mark a condition.
Why am I marking a condition?
Because that's the way it's written in the book.
Oh, okay.
Can she also get a +1 from the team pool since I am assisting?
Yes.
So she's
It is an
afraid.
action with consequence.
She is afraid because she is going up as a civilian in a wheelchair against the police.
Well, to
Yeah.
be fair, what are they gonna do? Touch you? Because that'll look good.
We're playing the
Alright.
political game now, baby.
You are the
Um,
best positioned for this, let's be real.
Yeah.
that's a 10.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Let's
Fantastic.
go.
So for provoke, you're trying to get them to do.
I'm trying to
it's
get
with
the
Savior instead of Superior. So 10 plus, they rise to the bait. They do what you want. But the crowd around start to actually turn on the police. They, there's a scene of them, going and shouting at Lieutenant Ambrose and at the task force, and there's like a no, there's not a riot going on. Side chat gif. And there is there's some panels of the task force looking a little nervous because of the gathering crowd. And Lieutenant Ambrose starts making a plea. Yeah. We have a warrant for their arrest. I have to take you in. And please do not make this any harder on yourself. And as he's making this plea, the panel shifts perspective as you see him through a pair of crosshairs. And on a rooftop is a woman with short black hair and green and black armor staring at him through the scope of a sniper rifle.
We don't have to worry about that. She just hasn't heard of binoculars.
I think that
I feel like we're misreading this one again.
telling, I feel like as the crowd's yelling, Pyrrha's just kind of whisper into her communicator, "Boys, I need you to vacate the premises."
Gravitas.
I'm making sure I'm standing between them and Hound at this point, at the very least.
Hound is muttering in.
Go ahead.
Hound is muttering into his earpiece, saying, "Leviathan, I can fucking teleport. Get the fuck out."
Mm-hmm. Making sure that there's a chance that the second there's a break in visual, that he can get out.
And there is the cloud bank or the fog bank that you can.
Mm-hmm.
Gravitas is gonna wheel herself up in front of Ambrose in very much there's that picture of the girl standing there with like giving the police officer a flower, being like,
Oh, you're being the flower child.
don't do this.
Okay.
She's like,
And
what you're doing here is wrong. They're helping us.
and as you start to plead, there is a panel that shows it is just a bright green black background with a black silhouette and a large onomatopoeia that says Krakow. No,
Are you gonna really shoot someone in the head right in front of Shinobu?
not in the head.
Center like a professional.
Yeah. Nearly center of mass. As a and suddenly Lieutenant Ambrose falls down in the street. Nobody knowing where the shot came from, the task force starts to panic. And seeing the only criminals around in their eyes, they're going to open fire on Leviathan.
Mm-hmm.
I am in the way.
You are in a wheelchair, and he is
Take him.
much taller than you.
That is fair.
I'm not exactly a small target.
Can I
Sure.
try to defend by teleporting the two of us away?
Sure, roll to defend.
Great time for my savior to have just been lowered.
And while they're teleporting away, I still have a burn that I would like to use surreptitiously to again
Okay.
create a moat.
Okay, we'll get the results of his first, and then we'll do yours.
Well, that doesn't work at all.
Oh,
What did you roll?
2.
You rolled a 2.
Jesus.
my God! Use.
So,
I need to make you 6s.
so before we get to the moat, we have to deal with the consequences of that roll. Because before that, Leviathan was going to have to take a powerful blow. Now you will now let's see. defend.
Take it instead.
So, from an immediate threat, hit roll plus savior. PC threats on a hit give them for 7 to 9. It expose you, expose yourself to danger, or escalate the situation. So, and it doesn't say what to do on a miss. So, on a miss, you are both going to take a powerful blow now.
Okay. I'm trying to remember how that's determined.
Roll low,
Plus
You roll
guys,
2d6
low.
plus conditions marked, and you want to roll low on these.
That's right. Everyone's.
Listen, guys, listen. I always roll low. It's going to be fine. Everything
You're
will
gonna
be
roll an
fine.
11. You're
You
gonna
don't
roll an 11. Just don't
No.
even.
I'll be fine.
I have a 4.
Last time you rolled to take a powerful blow, you rolled high.
Mm-hmm. That's how you lost your arm, Stinky.
So, and
Well,
I
good
can't.
news.
I
I'm
can't
not-
use the moat, right?
You are going to use the moat.
Okay.
We just have to deal with the consequences of this first bit of action before we
Gotcha.
get to that.
So what you got, sir?
So good news. I'm not marking potential.
Shit.
Q, what'd you get?
It's an 8.
Did you get an 11?
I got a 9.
I got a
Okay.
4.
So you got a 4. I think we kind of know how you are able to get past this. Because there is someone who is attempting to teleport you away. Things just kind of semi-phase through you as he takes the brunt of the damage. Now, how are you responding to taking this powerful blow? 7 to 9, choose one. You can struggle past the pain and mark 2 conditions if you want.
That is an option.
See, the problem is that
Aren't you?
that means I
afraid?
would have 4 conditions.
And
And we're about to go back home and
we can see what condition your condition is in.
recuperate.
Yeah, I'm gonna mark hopeless and insecure.
Well, you have a
Okay.
broken arm and now you have gunshot wounds. So
So you, as you are shot, you do teleport away. You do start to teleport away, and I think this would be the time when the moat is activated for you. No, so
And
that the moat.
the intention here is to basically create an impenetrable wall for the bullets. So creating like a like layer of gravity. You can either have it as like a layer of gravity that just immediately pulls the bullets to the ground, or the bullets are attracted to that gravitational layer and stop there, unable to go
Okay.
farther because the gravity is pulling it away.
All right. To create a barrier that will hold back threats as long as you keep your attention on it. GM may call for you to spend another burn if the barrier is threatened by particularly powerful enemies. So these are particularly powerful bullets, but but in this instance, yeah, they're teleported away. Hound is just has quite a few large caliber bullet wounds. And as Leviathan starts to carry him away through this fog cloud cover.
As many long, long distance but short height leaps I can manage in the meantime to try to maintain the cover, but cover as much distance as I reasonably can.
All right. For that, I'm going to have you roll to unleash your powers to be a little bit more controlled with this, to overcome this obstacle.
Okay.
Roll plus freak.
Roll plus freak. Let's see. Find the number. There we are.
Your dice rolls are so loud.
Mm-hmm. 6.
6. So that is unfortunately a miss. So you are able to leap and make your way out, but you do not have the cover that you were hoping for. You are in a panic. You are trying to get your friend, who you are now carrying, to safety. They are bleeding. They are broken. You are in a bit of a panic. I'm gonna say that you should mark or mark a condition. Whatever you
Okay.
feel is best in this situation.
Oh, let's see. Let's see. Throwing insecure at this point.
Insecure? All right, makes sense. Pyrrha, what are you doing in this moment?
She still likes Ambrose, so she definitely has concern for his well-being, and I assume she just watched him frickin' drop.
Yes. He is currently kind of bleeding out on the street.
She's going to, I think, in this generic person disguise that she has, rush over to him and start, like, just basically, while the task force is losing their mind, and I assume other people are running for cover because bullets.
Yes, absolutely.
In her mind,
there is
she's like first aid, like anything she can do to like pressure on the wound, like.
okay. So I'm gonna need you to roll plus superior, because this is medical knowledge uh, trying to help as much as possible. Um, the other members of the task force are currently trying to chase after Leviathan. They are and are like currently like struggling against this strange barrier of gravity that is not letting them pass, and also just like taking in all of their bullet fire.
Okay. So just plus superior, you said?
Plus superior. This is a knowledge-based thing.
Well, he is lucky that I rolled a 6 and a 2.
All right, so this is an 8.
And even
Plus?
well, technically it's a 7 because it's a -1. So
Okay. So, with your very limited medical knowledge,
I took
Uh,
first aid as an elective.
yes, um, you see that there is a shot. It is uh, it is through his clavicle, and it looks to be a through and through. He is bleeding a lot, but one of the ways that you know when someone has taken any sort of grievous injury is to apply pressure to the wound. And, Um, so this is an unstable uh, means. It is just the bare minimum of what you can do to help him out.
Without using my powers at all or create anything like that. Yeah.
Yeah, your powers, honestly, your powers may not even be much of a help, as they may be more of a detriment with the vitality absorption.
Yeah.
Uh, as he's kind of like barely conscious, looking at you through like blurry eyes, his wheezing gently. Is there anything else you would like to do? Or Gravitas, is there anything that you would like to do?
Mm, Gravitas is just attempting to hold the moat up while looking like she's not holding a moat up.
Okay. So she is just looking like someone who is angrily like glaring at the police uh and like moving back
I think
backwards.
she's trying to act like, oh my god, there's a bullet coming, like I don't want to get hit, but
Yeah,
also
of course.
like
Yeah.
yeah.
No, of course. Um and you are very convincing. Uh teenage girl in wheelchair in close proximity to police gunfire. You don't need to roll anything to convince people of this. Uh, hell, there are people with video cameras seeing all of this. Um, public opinion is turning very much on the competency of this task force. Um, just as soon as their leader was taken down, they went into a panic. Uh, what do any of you want to assess the situation?
Sure.
I mean,
Um,
sure, at this
Peeking through
point.
Yeah.
my eyes.
Hmm.
Peeking through
So
my eyes.
we'll start with Gravitas. You want to assess the situation.
What is this as the situation again?
Assess the
Superior.
situation.
Shit.
Yes, roll plus superior.
Superior
I can actually
is
kind of
a
do
0.
that.
You
So
need to
that
know.
is an 8.
It's an 8. So you can ask one question, uh, and you will take +1 while acting on the answers to any of the questions. What here can I use to blank? What here is the biggest threat? What here is in the greatest danger? Who here is most vulnerable to me? How could we best end this quickly?
What here is the biggest threat?
Uh, the biggest threat currently is the like high-powered weapons that that this task force are equipped with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, are they still shooting?
Yes and no. So like a few have like tried shooting, but they're also like trying to run past the moat and fire, but finding that all of their bullets keep getting drawn into the one point. Uh, but yeah, so they start to look around to try and find the source of the of this disturbance, because they may be panicked, but they're also trained to take out metahumans, and they can see the interference of a metahuman in this, and now they're just trying to find out where it's from.
Couldn't be me.
Who would suspect? What would you like? You have a +1 to act upon the answer. Sure.
I will let everybody else do their assess the situation, and then I will.
Okay. Well then, Pyrrha, how would you like to assess the situation? Or you would you like to assess the
It's a
situation?
solid 4. I would not.
You rolled a solid 4, so you can assess nothing. You can only go, please don't die, please don't die, please don't die.
Pretty much, yeah. Just say, you're gonna be okay, buddy. You're gonna be okay.
You do hear sirens coming.
You assess the situation. You listen and hear sirens.
You hear the ambulance come.
Okay, at least I get potential.
Yeah. Leviathan and Hound, you are currently running away, so you're not in a position to assess this situation. I don't believe, unless you decide to turn back.
They can
Well,
assess their own situation, can't they?
As we're running away, after we get like a decent bit away from everyone, look, Arkai, are we on like the ground or are we like doing rooftop jumps?
If rooftop jumps were available, yes.
Yeah, you're in a relatively metro part of the city.
Then yes,
Uh,
rooftops would be preferred.
Hound is just tapping you on the back, going like, "Leviathan, stop! Put me down! Put me down! Please put me down!"
At the next step, we'll sit him down and evaluate his condition.
Ow!
What's his condition?
Broken and shot.
Assess this situation, bitch.
So, I don't think like the bullets, like because they were going through the gravity well, I think it's mostly bruises, but I think there is like a really good. Oh, never mind.
Something that I got through before the moat went
No,
up.
fam, you were solidly shot.
You were
Okay.
solidly shot.
So he's just sitting there bleeding out, and he's going to take out a phone and go like, "I hate doing this twice." And he is going to message Bolt and say, "I need gauze, I need medical, I need a lot." Except it's spelled very incorrectly because he cannot focus on sending the message.
I need God. I need
God.
Medi. No.
I
It-
need
it-
God.
it-
Bolt's gonna be like, did you suddenly find a religious streak?
It literally says, I need God, I need Medi, I need a pot.
Okay.
You have, as you like to put it, access to a demigod who can heal your ass.
Like, he doesn't have access to the demigod right now, and he is currently bleeding out.
And if this wasn't such a serious situation, I would have made a Medipot joke.
Get out of here.
Eh.
You need your nose flushed? You need your sinuses flushed?
It's been a long day.
Yeah. I'm gonna have you roll plus. What was it that we had when you're looking for a hero for advice or aid?
Part of me would just love it if he had like an away message, automatic reply text message. Hey, this is the Bolt. I'm a bit busy. Catch me at a later time. Like,
Catch me, if you can, at a later time.
God
No.
damn it.
Fuck, that's genius. Why didn't I think of that?
No, I have a move for it. Do. So roll plus mundane.
Oh dear.
About a
Okay,
minute.
what is my mundane? That's going to decide whether this roll is okay or not. Okay, 8.
8. So when seeking a older hero for advice or aid on a partial success, they are currently in the middle of another situation.
Oh boy, I wonder what that situation is.
So I wasn't wrong. Cool.
It's a big city. There's probably another supervillain going on.
I mean, or it's just a really intense game of Frogger. You don't know.
So yes, so you do kind of see that the message is read, and and you get a message that says BRT.
You're right. Cool.
BLT.
No, BRT.
Leviathan?
Soon.
Leviathan, you need to leave me right here.
Under what pretenses?
Under the pretense that I'm going to slow you down, and you need to go find Pyrrha.
Well, that was kind of the next step anyway.
Listen, it's either you take me to a hospital or you find her.
Over the comm. Hey, where's the demigod?
The demigod doesn't respond because she's holding pressure on Lieutenant Ambrose's wound. Is he conscious?
Hard to tell.
Steal
Not
him.
risking it. I can't just heal him.
No,
If I tell him-
steal him.
Steal?
Steal him. We can heal 2 people at once.
There's no evidence that I can take anyone with me.
Back to the healing pools might be wise.
You mean leave the portal that's clearly visible up? Mm-mm.
You chose it behind you? Yeah.
And then I couldn't get you guys into it because it's stationary.
Mm-hmm. We'll just open another. It's fine.
Paramedics are almost here. I'm literally just sitting there going, You got this, buddy. You got this, buddy. Where are the paramedics?
It's going to be hard for the
They
paramedics to get in there in this situation.
no, the paramedics do. As you say that, the paramedics do arrive,
Uh,
and they start to arrive and come towards him, and they look over you. Are you hurt?
no,
Are you okay?
it's just him. I put pressure on the wound. That's all I could
Good,
do. Really.
good. That's good, good. Good. We're gonna take it from here.
And she just backs off, lets them do their job because she can't.
Yeah.
Not her
Uh,
thing.
Her hands are wet and sticky, uh, and she definitely feels some wetness on her cheeks.
She's going to just slip back into the crowd, and as she's
Is
running,
she gonna go past Gravitas?
No. She's just gonna she's basically gonna blend back into the crowd, and in the rush of people let her facial features change again slightly without breaking her stride, find an alley and like get out of that area, like get to the next street or something. And when she's finally not like near the police, she'll talk into the earpiece and say, everyone needs to get out of there. Leviathan, where are you headed?
Currently, it's that if I'm going to leave him here, I have to stay here. In the offhand, it's just get a hold of you, and hopefully you can get us somewhere. Just for the sake of moving him.
Where are you?
Rooftops, as usual.
Okay, but like give me some.
So, Rev, what direction would that have been?
West.
West.
So north. Got it. Okay.
Out of the in the western direction. Yeah.
So
I don't know. You're across
You're above the
street.
Macy's.
Sure.
are we closer to?
I was gonna say you're across the street from a taco hut.
Okay.
Sure.
Are they closer to? Are you closer to your house or mine?
So, God, tell me, where am I closer to home or them?
You are closer to. Do you know where Pyrrha lives?
Not exactly.
I do.
Hound does.
Hound knows that that you are kind of closer to Pyrrha's house, vaguely.
Oh, shit! Now I get to have the dad talk too. This is gonna be great.
Which is where which is when Pythos lands on Pyrrha's shoulder and like points his beak in a direction.
Can I act on my +1?
Yes, absolutely.
While she's like watching the paramedics, and she looks like mesmerized by it, but she's actually pinpointing where each of those guns is, and I would like to unleash my power to
All right.
crush each and every one of those guns.
Fantastic. I love that idea. Please roll plus freak.
Do
Oh
it.
dear.
And plus that +1, right?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. That is an 11.
Fantabulous.
We love that for us.
So, I love that for your character. I love that in this moment of uh, chaos uh, and just this moment of like a moral ambiguity, you take a stand. You know what to do. You take these. Let's just say they are renegade cops, and just take their guns and crush them. Do you crush them together, or do you
No,
crush?
each one in because she's unleashing her powers, so she's feeling all of the anger and the fear, and like the fear is what's going to happen to her new friends, the fear of like what if she's found, the anger of like why are they shooting, why are they doing whatever they're doing, and each like she has like pinpointed where each of the guns is in each hand, and so each person, they're holding their gun and it just crumples
All right.
into like as if they're like they're holding it and it just crumples, and all of a sudden they all have like little balls of metal in their hands.
So they collapse in on themselves.
Yeah.
Like there's just a pinpoint of gravity inside each of them that just collapses the gun, and
Yeah.
that is such a cool visual. I love that. And
Just
yeah,
made it
and
with singularities. It's fine.
yes, you made about half a dozen singularities. And none of them were sucked in to those singularities. Uh, but a couple of them, these balls of metal just fall on their feet,
Oof.
and
It's
they're
dense.
like, ah,
They would be dense.
they
Bowling balls
very-
with a foot, basically.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, and just one of them falls down. Ah, I think my toe is broken.
And I think Gravitas, as soon as she does that, she starts just crying for her mom.
Okay.
Nobody's gonna suspect the girl in the wheelchair crying for her mom.
Okay. Damn. As an act too. Um. Yeah. So you wheel off looking for your mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, vacate the area.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. In the crowd, you are able to find your mom, who is uh justifiably terrified, and like hugs you and holds you and starts babbling about how worried she was and how scared she is.
See. Can I clear a condition by being an asshole? Did I oh,
Let
by the way, did I take foolhardy action without talking to my team?
Kind
By going up in the first place?
yeah. Yeah, that was definitely taking foolhardy action. But was that before or after you got the
Oh, that was way after. I got the
okay.
insecure way at the beginning.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
let's see. I could hurt someone emotionally, but I won't. I'll just let my mom do her thing.
He's already hurt emotionally.
You're angry? You have the angry condition?
Yes, I have the angry condition.
Okay. I was just not aware of that. But yeah.
The angry
And-
condition is what she got when she got everybody to go with her.
Fair enough. That makes sense. Yeah, she's angry at the police. Yeah, so your
Mad at the
mom,
popo.
like, when she kind of like wipes the tears away, it just starts to wheel you back towards your physical therapy appointment.
That's gonna be fun while I'm angry and afraid. Perfect.
Yeah.
And
Enough
just to make
angry.
sure, destroying all of those guns does not count as breaking something important, right?
Not
You're not
to
the
you
Deus Ex
or your
Machina item.
Okay.
teammate.
Okay. Good. Okay. Cool.
That you did not break anything important to yourself or teammates.
I feel so bad for the physical therapist.
We're gonna
Fair.
have a terrible session today.
Or Simon.
But watch, you will hit new PRs for being
You might.
angry.
You might hit new PRs. Yeah, we'll discuss how you did in physical therapy later.
Nice.
In the meantime, we will cut to Pyrrha as she follows Pythos and onto the rooftop of the Marcy's.
The Marcy's.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, how you doing?
Marcy's across the street from the Taco Hut.
Okay.
Clearly.
So assuming I get there, what, pray tell, do I need to do this time to summon my sanctuary?
So, summoning the sanctuary is not going to be the hard thing.
Okay.
So when you call upon the resources of your sanctuary to solve the problem, say what you want to do.
Okay.
You want to heal the grievous wounds of your teammate.
Yes. I want
will
access
give you
to
1
the
to 4
Caduceus
conditions
pools.
that you must fulfill in order to complete your solution.
Mm-hmm.
So, you must replenish the waters of the pools. You will
Okay.
need help from Apollo.
Okay.
Time to go speak with Sundad.
I remember we talked about this.
You will have to obtain new waters for the pools, and you will need help from Apollo.
Okay.
Those are the 2 conditions to get that resource from your sanctuary.
Cool. I can't do this here. We have to go back to my house.
So yeah, so that's what you feel when you so when you call upon your sanctuary, you see that the pools are empty. The water is gone. So you have to replace them, and obviously they have to be blessed by Apollo as I believe
We need to get home.
Apollo is the Apollo is the god of medicine.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We need to
Actually,
go
the Greek
home.
god of medicine is Asclepius.
I'm sure Apollo still is up there.
Asclepius was also the son of the god Apollo.
And there you are. Apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, Chief.
Or Asclepius.
I mean, Apollo is listed as the god of healing and medicine.
As I feel like
As
we're
well
getting
as-
into the weeds a bit too much on the Greek gods.
We're a little
I'm
into
just-
minutia.
I'm just-
Archery,
I'm just-
music, dance, poetry, prophecy, knowledge, light, and the sun.
You're right. I just Googled Greek god of medicine, and the first thing that came up was Asclepios. Plus, a hero and god of medicine in ancient Greek religion and mythology. But to make things simple, we are going to just go with Apollo.
Because yes, the Greeks have a god for fucking everything, but
Yes, they
including
do.
probably one for fucking everything. But
Yes, that is Eros.
though I would have argued it was Zeus because he did it, but whatever. Um okay, so I still am gonna say that we need to go home and utilize
Where the heck is that?
Well, let's go. And I mean, look, I'll use my powers to help me effectively lead Leviathan, who I assume at this point is carrying Hound.
Oh, it has been. Yeah.
Leviathan is carrying Hound.
I'll lead us through as many alleyways or up on the rooftops or whatever's.
Yeah.
Just
I'll ask Pythos to scout for us essentially and make sure we stay clear of police.
Fantastic.
as Hound is being carried, just Leviathan. I don't know if it's the blood loss or whatever, but your scales feel softer than normal. I think I'm going numb.
Yeah.
It is,
It's somehow better than not.
I'm gonna have you roll for this. It feels like you should roll something.
Who?
Pyrrha.
Okay. Is Pythos helping me on this one?
What does Pythos help you? What 3 common actions does Pythos help you do?
He helps me with
Assess the situation, engage,
Yep. And defend.
And defend. You know what? In this moment, I think we're gonna have you say this is a form of defending.
Okay.
Yeah. So roll plus savior, adding +1 with Pythos.
You know what? We've got a +1 in Savior thanks to Thrilljoy, so that is +1 from Pythos. That is a 10.
Fantastic. You are successfully able to keep them safe. You can add a team to the pool or clear a condition.
I don't have a condition, so team pool.
Yeah. And I think you already have influence over both of them.
No.
Well, then take influence over one of them.
I have influence over Leviathan, but I don't over Hound. So
If you want to take influence over Hound, you may, or if you want to shift Leviathan Staple, you may.
I'll
Like-
take Hound.
Okay. You are able to slowly obscure them and find a way back to your home. Yeah. As a reminder, what does your dad do?
He's a bus driver.
Okay. He's a bus
Mhm.
driver.
Modern
Okay.
day Styx driver. Got it.
Yeah, so he gets home from his route, puts his his coat and his keys down and trudges into the kitchen where he sees the sight of Leviathan and you and a very very injured Hound lying on the kitchen table.
I'm basically like
can
I just
explain.
grabbed. No, I grabbed all of my altar stuff from upstairs, and I'm like setting up a makeshift altar in the living room, and like, Dad, I need some wine, and can you grab that book of poems?
And he
Pyrrha,
feel
I
like
don't
this-
think wine is good for me right now.
You're
I feel
not
like-
drinking the wine. And
I feel like this needs a provoke roll
okay, which is
because he has just walked in on something that would freeze most people.
He is somewhat akin to it, I would think.
Not in his own home.
okay.
Even if you live in a world with superheroes and stuff like that. You know what? He's just like, I get to go home. This is where my
This is where the
daughter
world's
wants to be normal.
Okay. So I rolled a 9, but it's plus superior, which I have a -1 in, so 8.
Okay. So he does choose to follow what you say and go, right. Hey, right. Hey, I think I have a bottle of wine somewhere. And he goes, preference, uh, and white, red. It doesn't matter. I'll grab both.
I don't know that it matters. I've never talked to the guy before.
And he just runs back and comes back into a room. Do you want the romance or the Miami?
Romance. Yeah, romance. And she'll
Well, I mean,
just
the blood comes from the heart.
she's gonna dash out to the garage and like come in with 2 empty buckets and be like, can you fill these? And
With what?
water.
Way to go, Milo Thatch reference. Fantastic. With what?
I'm gonna need you to fill these.
With what?
And then she's
You know
going
what?
to
Which is also fill these buckets with what is a very valid question when talking about uh a sacrifice to the Greek gods.
yes. But she definitely
And so he hands you a bottle of red wine and a book of Shakespeare's sonnets. And he goes out to the backyard to start filling up the buckets with water.
She pours a little bit of wine into like a saucer, takes out some olive oil, drizzles it on top, lights a candle next to it, and then starts reading one of the sonnets and trying to summon Apollo.
Okay.
I'm just sitting here doing a lot of
We
nothing.
will see the result of that next issue.
Oh no.
Wah.
Guys, Hound's fine.
Actually, if memory serves, Zoup, you're not going to be here next week, right?
Correct.
Neither is Arkai, so it won't be for at least 2 weeks.
Well, since we will be down 2 players, then we will not be here next week. We will find out the result of this in 2 weeks. But until then, it's time for some end of session questions. Let us start with Gravitas.
I think Gravitas has grown into her own image of herself. I would
Yeah.
say in trying to rally the public to her cause, she feels a little bit more mundane and a little less free.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Mostly because I can't increase my freak any more than it is.
Fair enough. Yeah, I feel there is a rule about what happens if something were to increase your labels, but I passed the limit, but I don't remember what it is.
We'll have to look.
And we don't have to deal with that right now. Next, Hound.
I think Hound grew into his own image. He was a little bit violent. He let kind of that side of him take over for a little bit, and he stood up to the police. I think his danger is going to go up, and his mundane will go down.
You got shot. I think
enough.
danger's a pretty safe bet.
Yeah.
Maxed out.
No, danger meant you were in danger.
You are
He
the
not
danger.
is the danger. Yeah.
He is the one who knocks.
Yeah, into the
You
side of
just
the
shoot
wall.
On
through
the
the
door
door
of
when I
death.
do.
Yeah.
Mm.
This man should be better acquainted with Thanatos than me at this point.
Yeah.
Who says I'm not?
You're not.
He might be more acquainted, doesn't mean he likes him.
Next up, Leviathan.
Oh, let's see. Well, realistically, not a lot of team action in this one, so I'm going to say became a little more acquainted with his own self-view, I think.
Fantastic. A lot of self-reflection this issue.
A lot of moral dependency this week.
How do you decide to shift your labels?
I'm going to have Savior go up, and I'm going to have Superior go down.
Fantastic. And finally, Pyrrha.
I also self-reflection kind of day. Mostly
You know what?
because
we need those kind of days.
I mean, ultimately, Thrilljoy isn't part of the team, and that's the only person she really spent much time interacting with.
It's fair.
So, but she also did some pretty cool shit. So I think she's gonna have her superior go up and her mundane go down.
Right. Superior, her brainy shit. is going up.
I mean, Superior is brainy shit.
Yeah.
I mean, she's had to come up with some solutions pretty freaking quick today.
Yeah. Yeah, superior is superior intellect. But that makes sense.
I mean, it's either that or Savior.
Yeah. Up to you. But yeah, superior is a mental ability. It applies to provoking people. It applies to
I'll do Savior then.
yeah. All right, cool. So
And I
Savior's up.
can't say we did anything in relation to my defeating my nemesis necessarily. I feel like we are in the process of something.
I mean,
Might have found
yeah.
a path.
But I don't know if that counts or not.
Describe what it is, and I can give a judgment.
I mean, right now we're working on summoning Apollo to replenish the pools, which I'd argue my sanctuary is kind of crucial in overall defeating my nemesis.
Never keep
Okay,
relying on
I'm going to
yourself.
say that is not going to constitute it at this moment. No.
All right. 3 out of 5 on the Doom track.
Okay. All right. Now that is all of the questions. Let's do some outros. We'll just do a reverse order. Dice.
Hi, I am Dice Goblin Black Cat. Appreciate you tuning in if you did. And you can find me on most platforms as Dice Goblin Black Cat. You can also find the dice that I make on fateandfortunedice.com.
Alrighty. Arkai.
Hey everyone, Arkai here again. For those who may not remember, might not know, I tend to do miniature painting stuff online. If you ever need anything done like that, feel free to let me know. You can find me on both X and on Instagram under the name of Frigid Fae Brushworks. Feel free to come let me know when you need something done.
Right. Our resident cryptid.
Hello, I am Cryptid the Unlucky. Um, you can find me playing a character anywhere, really, who's probably getting shot at.
Yeah. Where can they find you playing those characters?
Well, if you close your eyes, does it almost feel? I can't remember the rest of the lyrics. Go on, I can't remember the
Suddenly I
bit.
can feel it. Yep.
Okay. Zoup. Where can people
Uh,
find you?
Hi, I'm Zoup or Supria or Zoup Machine. You can check out what I'm doing on my card, zoupmachine.card.co. I would say the big thing going on for me is that I'm joining Game Master Monday as co-GM, and the first game that I'm going to be running is brushes plus cryptids, and that's going to be sometime in June. So if you want to see Game Master Monday, which is a podcast that plays a new TTRPG with a new cast every week, you can check out, just type in Game Master Monday in your search bar, and I'm sure you'll find it.
Cool, cool. And I am Rev. I've been your game master, your editor in chief, what have you. You can find me here on Wednesdays, running our fantastic Masks: A New Generation game, GenMeta. There will be a Vampire the Masquerade one shot that I'll be part of, but I believe that's going to be pre-recorded here later this month. That's going to be a lot of fun. You could also I just rejoined Tumblr. You can find me on Tumblr at Shortbeard Revelry. You know what? I kind of like it still at Tumblr, so I'm having fun with it.
Yeah, good.
Come find me there if you want. Unlike certain social medias, it's not run by Nazis. Anywho, until next time, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Same bat time, same bat channel. But until then, remember to be kind, stay awesome. And Hank Green does not work at Target. Bye.